Good morning and welcome. It is Monday the 18th of April. I am Flat Cap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Firstly, apologising if you were just literally watching this as uploading. I'm a little bit late on today. There was a lot of racing to go through, so it's taken me a lot more time than usual to get everything ready to go. We are going stake and a half today, bumper day, £30 is our stake for the day across that racing. Five bets we're going to go with. Before we do that, we'll do a review of yesterday, we'll do a quick word on the golf, and at the end I'll do a few rundown of stats from last week. But before I do, one thing I want to flag is around yesterday's bet. So we were 15 on and we got 26.07 back, so almost doubled what we put on, and that's about half a day's stake. So it was a good day, it was a good profitable day. Comparing it to the previous 2 days, it doesn't look very good, and it's really easy in this game to get desensitized to stuff. So you have a couple of really nice days, then the next day, third day, we've won, and actually that's a really good result when you consider that we lost Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So yesterday was a really, really good result that I would celebrate as much as I would do Friday or Saturday. It wasn't the same amount, and when you've won big, when you then go and win again and you don't win as big, it's quite easy to suddenly think, oh, it's not as good, or not get as excited about it. You have to remember every day you win is a profitable day. I remember once a while ago I landed a bet, and it was a very, very decent accumulated bet, and it was equivalent to about 180 times the stake I placed. So 180 times. You can imagine it was a very decent win in what I got there. The next day I did a bet, the same type of bet, and I got 10 times my stake, and it was as if I'd lost. And I remember thinking to myself, I can't think like this again, because 10 times my stake is a brilliant day, and it's only feeling bad because yesterday was so good. And so my word of caution to all of you is about desensitization. So be wary of the days when you win really, really big, celebrate them, but also celebrate the small days. Right, that's my word of advice today. So yesterday, what do we have? Bobby Joe leg, disappointing, really was. Bread and butter place, 16-1 was the SP. I was amazed that went to 16-1. Then Patsy Fagan won, backed into 4-1, 8 on the channel. And Delamere won, I think it was backed into 5-2, 3-1, something like that, 9-2 on the channel. So, and it doesn't matter what bookmaker you put that bet on, you should have come out ahead. 2 winners in a place. And, there was a bit of a debate on chat yesterday about SPs. Much better SP on that one, but those two got backed in. So the prices in the morning were better than the SP. Overall, if you bet that with any bookmaker, getting best price guarantee, not Sky, that would have been the best return for bet one. So that was decent. And then bet two, the first two were disappointing. Then Ballydam Destiny went in at 22-1 placed, which was decent, and then the last one was a non-runner, and I gave you an alternative which then did go and place at 11-1 in the same race, Little Cody. So whether or not you had that one or the replacement one, you should have got something back for that. Bear in mind, if you're a Sky Bet customer, it doesn't always flag to you in a very clear way that you actually get refunded. So if you did do a 25p each way, lucky 15, it will tell you the return, but you'd need to look in your settled bets column to actually realise you got an additional 50 pence for that if you did put it on. A lot of bookmakers make it a lot easier to see the non-runners, but Sky Bets make it's hard. So that was that. So as I said, 26.07 back, 15 on the golf. Shane Lowry. I mean, I feel like there's so many times recently we're getting close. Double bogeyed the 14th, cost him the championship. So if it wasn't for that, he would have won by a shot, but he didn't. So we got some place money. It was a fraction down because it was a tie. So I got £2.14 back. So we were 5 on the golf. That was all. 2.14 back. So we got nearly half back. But yeah, really needed something on the golf. We've got a lot of close calls in the last few weeks. So overall, no profit, but some return on the golf. So, to today's bets, let's go through them, all 5, and then I'll do a rundown of the stats. So, first up, and hopefully this is nice and clear for you, this is 2 lucky 15s. The only difference is 2 different ones in the Irish Grand National. So, it's all at Fairyhouse. So, legs 1, 2 and 4 are the same. So, 205 Fairyhouse, Rodney Bay 40s, 315 Decimation 7s, and the leg 4 540 Agent Baru 16s. So it's one lucky 15 with Enjoyed Allen at 16s in the Irish National, and one lucky 15 with Mr. Fog Patches. If you do it as two separate lucky 15s, if you are a bookie that's got applicable to bonuses for a win, that's the best way of doing it. If your bookie doesn't pay out bonuses, then you literally could just write them all in and do it as each way, doubles, trebles, and accumulator and singles, and do it that way. I guess the caveat here is, in essence, there's two doubles on each of these. So actually, now I'm going to retract that. That's going to make it more complicated. It's two separate lucky 15s because the point here is have got slightly more stake on some of these than others. So sorry if that was confusing. I'm confusing myself. It's two lucky 15s with two different Irish national horses. Any queries, put it in the chat. But that is two lucky 15s. So £9 is your lot on bet 1. Okay, and then we're going bet 2. This is the sort of like the extras bet, as I would describe it. 225 Cork Contraposto. That's the only one I've got in that race. Paying 6 on Sky Bet still, I think. There's a lot on unrunners, 12 to 1. Then we've got 249 Redcar. I've got 2 in this. This is the second one. It's a bit more of a punt. The Golden Q, 40 to 1. Then we've got a third horse for the Irish National, Franco de Port, 25s. And I've got a second horse in the 540 Fairyhouse, Nobody Home. So yeah, it's sort of a bit of an extras one. So it's only 16 pence, that one. So they are different this time. So 15 pence was the bet before. These are 16 pence each way, lucky 15s. So that is bet 2 for you. Alright, bet 3 is my all-weather each way lucky 15 today. So we've got 226 Wolverhampton, a very short price, but there's not a lot of value in that at all, but given the context of the prices, I was happy to put it in this lucky 15. So 226 Wolverhampton, Critical Thinking, 411 Wolverhampton, another Angel. I'm having a punt on that one. That's going to run decent first time, fresh. 440 Kempton Fantasy Believer, 9 to 1, and then the 515 Kempton Treacherous, 20 to 1. So we've got a 20p each way lucky 15. That is your bet 3. Okay, bet 4 is a Redcar lucky 15. So I've got 249 Redcar Colossus, 11 to 1, 324 Redcar Mutanasek, 28 to 1, 509 Redcar Tiger Spirit, 14 to 1, 545 Redcar Enraged, 13 to 2. That is a 20p each way lucky 15. That is bet 4. And moving on to the last bet, which is a Win Trixie. So I've got a Win Trixie over some of the jump stuff today. 437 Plumpton, Brown Bullet, 7 to 1. 455 Chepstow, King d'Argent, 100 to 30. 530 Chepstow, Abaya du Matin, 5 to 2. So I've done that to make it an even number of £30. 45p Win Trixie and 3 times 80p Win Singles. That is bet 5. Alright, I have breezed through those. If there are any questions or queries about any of them, shove it in the comments. I'm just conscious of how late I'm putting out the video as well. Alright, quick rundown of stats for those of you who like the stats. Last week we ended 105 on, 217.47 back, which was a profit of 112.47. So we lost Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, decent Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that was enough to basically mean it was the most profitable week, both in terms of percentages and an amount. I think amount and percentages. I think it was most profitable overall. So the channel's sitting nicely, 21% overall profit for all bets, and 25% overall if it was just horses, because the golf we are behind on. So decent enough. That happy with it. Key thing from last week is the conversion rate. So you've heard me talk before about percentages of conversion rate. So how many of my each way horses particularly are winning or placing? 36% is the channel average. The last 2 weeks we've dipped behind and it was really low, and particularly 2 weeks ago we had an absolute shocker and it was really low. This week 47%. So of all the horses I put up on the channel, 47% each way horses won or placed. That is the best week we've ever had on the channel. So it's a real health warning that to those of you thinking, oh, I might lump on again today because he's in good form. It's not about good form. It's about good days, bad days, and some days good days come together and sometimes bad days string together. But 47% win or place this week, and in the last 3 days specifically, it's 62%. If you just took the last 3 days, which is why we've got such a nice return, because they have been going in all over the shop. So it was 29 horses, 18 of them, and that doesn't include the replacement for the non-run yesterday. 29 horses, 18 of won or placed on the each way bet, 62%. So really, really healthy stats, but there's a big health warning because we've got lots of bets out today. It would be nigh on impossible to maintain any of those statistics going into today's bets, particularly when I've got races where I've got 3 in some and 2 in others. So there's some opportunities out there, but there are a few more I'm having a little bit of a punt on today. So I've spread the load. We'll see how we go. That is what I've got. You enjoy your Easter Monday. I will enjoy mine, and then we'll be back to probably Sleepy Tuesday tomorrow, no doubt, after going through 9 meetings today. Okay, that's me. Cheerio. See you. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen, and all that stuff.